Today we'll be talking on how to create a Wikimedia diff and understand the structures and what it entails, and also the best practices to use while doing this. So, yeah, and first of all, why do we even need to create a Wikimedia diff? Why do we need to, why not create it on Wikipedia, or why not just leave it like that? So, for Wikimedia diff, it's actually like a blog.
Sorry,
So,
sorry. Please click on slideshow so that we can see your screen very well. Thank you.
all right, okay. So, you might be wondering why we even need to create this. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So you may be wondering why we need to create this diff. So in the
Yes.
Wikimedia movement, there are different activities. People organize projects, people carry on their personal projects, people on their own rights, articles, and what have you. So yeah, before in okay, coming down to Africa Wiki Women, we do edit her campaigns. Like now we have the two mentorship programs, which most of us are part of any of them. And I'm sure you've learned something, and what you've learned. Now, there's no way you can tell that story on the Wikimedia space apart from using the Wikimedia Diff. So the Wikimedia Diff is actually where you can showcase your work to the global Wikimedia movement. So we have blog everywhere, right? So Diff itself, the name is Diff. So Wikimedia Diff is where we can go and showcase our work. Now, you're not just showcasing your work to maybe your location, anybody at all in the movement will be able to see what you've done, the impact of your project, and why you're even showcasing it. You understand? So the Wikimedia Diff also helps us to document impact and preserve our stories. Now, I mentioned that a lot of people do projects, right? And at the end of this project, there's actually something you might have learned, or even if the challenges you faced, you want to share it. This is actually where you can share it. So Wikimedia Diff also help us to learn from others. I go there. Do you know that you can actually go to Diff and pick project ideas? I've done that before and it works. So people can actually go there, learn and replicate from projects. You go there, you read, because all the diff you're hearing, all the stories you're going to be reading is actually people's projects, people's impact stories and all of that. And also, it helps you build visibility and credibility. How? Now, do you know that someone can actually reach out to you via your user page when the person might have seen the work you've done? Oh, somebody read about your blog post and your story, um, and the person feels satisfied. Like I would like to work with this person in my project. I have an upcoming project. I would like to partner with this person. I've actually received that. Though I haven't actually worked with the person. How did the person reach out to me? The person reached out to me via, we normally have our emails attached to our Wikipedia accounts. So this person reached out to me via my mail. Yeah. So I received it as if I got a message from Meta, but it stated the person's username. The person was like, "Oh, I've gone through a bit of your diff and also seen your user page. It looks very lovely. I would like to partner with you on a particular project." I was so impressed. I was like, "Oh wow." So what I do put out there is something that someone can actually look out for me. That's actually something good. But the person had to put a hold to the project because I think he actually wanted to apply for two things, which is not possible. So he had to put a hold on that one. So he reached out to me again and said he's going to give me feedback on when he's going to start the application of the project. But that was actually very impressive. So the person got the information from Wikimedia Diff. I've written a couple of articles. Um, it's really been an amazing one for me, and I really enjoy doing it. And whenever I come back from an event and that event was very impactful, or I even joined a particular training. I remember one of the diff I wrote, I attended a Wikidata. Like it has been, this is actually a Wikidata training that I've been attending, but this particular one was different. When I mean different, now we were taught on how to add, we were taught on how to add, we are working on, what's this thing called census. So yes, I'm from Nigeria, so we're working on Nigeria census. Now, when we were working on that project, they gave us a particular place to get the information we are supposed to add from. So after when I was doing this, when I was adding the statement and all of that, I realized different two unique things from that particular um project. And I decided to write about it. It was amazing. When I sent the diff, immediately I finished um to the organizers, they were really happy that I wrote that diff. Sorry, my background is noisy. We have a baby in our house currently, and I hope it's not hindering my how effective my audio is, right? Okay, so moving ahead. So this is the reasons you're supposed to document your work. You get global visibility and credibility. You're going to showcase your work to the Wikimedia to the global Wikimedia community and also document impacts, your stories. You learn from others and also replicate others people's projects, or people can replicate your own projects. Okay, so now what is diff? What is diff? So diff is the official storytelling platform for the Wikimedia movement. So it is used to share project impacts. It is used to share events, community impact, and personal experiences. There are a lot of things to share. So now you're about to complete a mentorship program. How do you want to tell your story that's okay? Now you've made a video. The video may not, it's not everybody that may be able to watch those videos they are going to compile and put it out there on social media. But now some set of people will decide to go on Div to read some stories, and they may come across yours. Now, this is actually where you're going to tell your story about your mentorship program, how it went, the challenges you faced, and how impactful this mentorship program has been for you. So this is Div. It is the official storytelling platform for the Wikimedia movement. So this is where we share all the things that are necessary, like the project impacts, the events we do, community impact, and personal experiences in a particular project we are handling or program we are also handling. Okay, so yeah, we need to, before we start, we need to understand the editor, how the editor tab looks like. I added a screenshot here. So for the diff, the diff is actually made up of we use block-based editor. So it may actually look like you're typing on your Google Doc, but there's actually something you're supposed to do before it brings out something like that. So now on this screenshot, you can see that this first icon here, which is like a flipped view of the letter P, is for paragraph. Now this one shows alignment. Now you can link a word directly to Wikipedia itself using this W. You can bold, you can italize a word and also link a word to maybe external Wikipedia, with external sources you want to link. Now coming down to, that's for the text block. Now before you write something, we're going to work on a demo where you're going to see how it is done. So you just need to know that when using this, it's actually make use of a text block. Please, sorry about that. So yes, I've talked about the text block. We're going to see this in practice. We also have the heading blocks, whereby when you're writing Maybe you're supposed to, when you're writing, there's actually a place for the title. Now, when you're coming down to um, probably giving your blog type headings, different headings, you can put like, oh, impact story, conclusion, introduction, and this is when we make use of the heading blocks. Now, the heading blocks divides or it sections the article in different parts whereby, oh, I know that I'm reading the introduction, that I'm reading the impacts of the project and also the conclusion. So we also have the image blocks whereby you can decide to put your images anyhow you like it. We also have the layout blocks, which comes with the columns and also galleries. You're going to see that. And each of these blocks saves a specific purpose in structuring your story. And yes, you need to use them wisely. Okay, so now we'll be talking about the basic structure of your article. The same way we write um in normal write-up. Even on Wikipedia, we know that you're supposed to, if you're writing a biography, you start with the introduction where you're introducing the person. You go down to the early life, education, career. This is actually how it is too on your blog, the way you want to write. So you put out a clear and specific title. What are you writing about? And you also write about the introduction. You write about the background. Now, your background is why am I even writing this? Why it matters? You write about your activities. You write about your impact and results, and also the conclusion and lessons or key takeaways that people will derive from your article. So I mentioned the text block earlier. So yes, for the text and paragraph block, as I mentioned, now the paragraph block is actually where you tell the main story. Now it can be, the paragraph can be short. Yeah, it's better to keep it short and also clear and focused because this is where you're telling the main story. Now the heading helps you to break these sections. The sections is also the paragraph. It helps you to break the sections into or it helps you to break these your stories into sections. So as I mentioned the introductory part, um, the conclusion, and etc. Then we also have the lists, whereby you organize your key points using bullet points. So now you're mentioning probably you want to mention how many Wikipedia articles you've created or what you've done in general for this mentorship program. Oh, I created this particular article. You're supposed to put it in a list form. I created this article. I created this number of Wikidata items. I uploaded these pictures to Common. This is the number of pictures I was able to upload at the course of this mentorship program. Now you're supposed to put it in a list form whereby it captures the reader's attention. This is actually the key points where you're making it known to people reading the article. Um, so the heading and organization is where you use the heading to guide your reader. So the heading will make your article easy to scan through, and it also improves readability. Now, if I'm reading through, I know how organized the work has been. I'm not supposed to go and read conclusion before the introductory parts. So the example is just the introduction, what we did, what is the impact of this project or of the mentorship program I attended, and the lessons I've learned so far and what I've also learned. So we have what we call the featured image. Now, the image is actually the image you see first before you even start reading the article. So I'm going to show you that immediately. Let me do that. So let me show that as an example. How do I shift this thing down? Okay. So let me just show you how the featured image looks like. So it's just the first image you see. There may be other images. So these are examples. These are examples of the articles. So I think this one was just these articles you're seeing immediately you click on diff, immediately you type diff.wikimedia.org. I think these are the recent articles that just got approved. The same way your articles get approved on Wikipedia, we have reviewers too on diff. Now, the review process is very simple. They need to go through your image, your article. So I think I remember one of the articles I wrote, I forgot to add my impacts. Now, one of the reviewers got back to me because yes, your email is attached to the account, the same way your Wikipedia, you get notifications from there. So one of the reviewers reached out to me and asked me that I didn't mention the impacts, that I need to go back and add the impacts. And it can also be that you did not you did not add the correct license to a particular picture you used. Yes, all the pictures you may be using may not be your own, or it may be your own. Even if it's your own, you're supposed to add the correct license. So like now, this is an example of all these images you're seeing here. These are examples of featured images. This is the image you see first before you even click and open the article. So if I click on this one, you're going to see that there are so many images inside this particular maybe if not, let's just check it out. And this is it's actually now your featured image may not be the first image that you use on before your introduction. Let me see if this one has. Okay, this one doesn't have another one. I need to show you the one that has another image. So let's check. These are different people's articles. So you can see that this person used the first image as the featured image. I hope I'm sharing this screen. Can you see this particular screen?
Yes, we can.
All right, okay. And now you can see another image here. So it's always advisable for you to choose your own image because they may not know the one you want to use as the featured image. It's actually something that an image can actually make you read a div blog. So it should be something that tells the story more. Like this one, Wikipedia birthday 25 birthday. Okay. I know that this particular this apart from the title is going to tell me that I'm talking about, or this article is talking about Wikipedia 25th birthday. Now this one you can see the image they use, people dancing, and it's talking about folklore, which was for the Wikilaw Folklore 2026 in Rwanda. There are a lot of things, and this is what people use. Now, this is even something related to Africa Wiki Women. They give to gain. Now, this is about the physical training that was held in Uganda, organized by the Africa Wiki Women. So yes, this is it. So this is about featured image. It is the main image of your article. So it appears at the top. Sometimes it may not actually appear at the top though. Yes. Sometimes it may not be the one that you want to use. But yes, if you want to use a particular image as the featured image, I think you should make it appear at the top. So the best practice for you is to use a clear and high quality image and make sure it represents the story you're telling. As I mentioned, a particular picture may make you want to read a diff. And you also add proper attribution. So yes, attributions may actually make one not to. Please hold on, let me admit some people. Okay. So I mentioned that the reviewer reached out to me because I didn't add a proper attribution to my work, and which is actually something that will draw they will draw my attention to. So the same way we add, it is not actually right. In the wiki space, maybe in each of our countries, licensing is not really that compulsory, but in the global Wikimedia space, it is actually something that we learn and we are supposed to be making use of it. So yes, for this particular diff, any image you use, any images you use must have been uploaded to Wikimedia Commons. So now, in as much as you're going to upload it directly from your laptop on this diff as you're using it, but you must go back and get who added it. That's about the proper attribution. Who added this image to Wikimedia Commons? The license the person uses, is it CC by 0? I'm sure in your commons training they taught you about attribution. Is it CC by 0? Is it CC by 4 point, is it share alike 4.0? Is it okay, and also the caption and the title and all of that? Yes. So this is about the featured image. Now for the image and gallery blocks, there's actually where you use one single image. Like the example I showed you, it's a single image. It's a single image block. So you just make use of one image. And for the gallery block, you're just the same way you flip your gallery on your phone. That is how this one is. You add multiple images for the gallery block. Then we have tilted gallery. Now, this is used when you're not making use of the gallery block. You just want to position, maybe you want to add four images. You add it at once. So anybody reading through will just see the four images instead of flipping it the way you flip it on your phone. And we also have the media and text block whereby it is used when you add a text beside a photo. So you want the reader to see the image and also read why you're adding that particular image. Okay, when using the gallery, okay, you use the gallery when you have event photos, like you have a lot of pictures. Maybe you want to add up to 10 pictures. That is when you use. You cannot use 10 pictures for a tilted gallery block, which is this one here. You cannot just add, the images are going to take a lot of spaces in the article itself. So that is why it's advisable to use the gallery block when you're using up to 10 pictures at once. So basically, if it's event picture or you want to show different activities in a particular event, this is when you use the gallery block. And always remember to add captions and also remember to add proper license of a particular image. So we also have the column and layout blocks, whereby you normally, this is actually used to organize content side by side. Now you want to write maybe you had an event, or I would say maybe you want to, when you're writing about your mentorship program, you want to add and a photo of one of your mentors, maybe two. Now you just added the photo. When you add the photo, you're adding a text side by side. Now that text explains, oh, this is my Wikipedia mentor, and this is what he did, and all of that. So there's text on the side of the image. So the benefit is that it makes your article more visual and also improves reader engagement. Now we have what we call the co-authorship. Maybe for this particular mentorship program, you're supposed to write your diff all by yourself. Yes. So there may be programs in future that you would like to collaborate with other people to write. Now you don't want people to go and write their own this one. Now you combine it together as a team. So now the diff allows you to do a co-authorship whereby you add other authors. Okay, I will open the diff, write what I want to write, and I send the link to a co-author, and the person adds their own information and all of that. Up to even 10 people can write a particular diff. You just add them as a co-author. So there's a space for that. So this is used in teamwork and maybe others who contributed to the story of the diff. So we have writing styles and the best practices. So when writing a diff, Keep your language simple. I don't need to be reading your article and I need to go and check the dictionary for a particular word that is so big that I don't really know. So it should be just use simple terms and clear terms that is easily understandable. Know that you're writing to a global audience. They are the ones reading it. So make your work unique, make it outstanding that someone can even like to copy the style of the way you're writing. Oh, I would like to write my diff this way. I think this particular diff makes sense. I love the flow. I love how it's going. And avoid long paragraph. That is why it's always advisable to use the heading. Make it short, add an heading. So as I'm reading this particular heading, I know that this is a conclusion. I am reading the conclusion. Don't come and tell me what you already told me in the introduction again to make it a very long paragraph. Just make it short and also be factual and neutral. Go straight to the point. Make your point and don't need to beat around the bush when you're telling your story. Just be neutral. Let it flow naturally. So also focus on your impact and not just activities. Now you're telling me I attended trainings, how many trainings I attended, I'm even graduating. Tell us also the impact. How has the mentorship program impacted you? And the very best practice I would like to share before I round up is that you're supposed to draft your article on a Google Doc. Draft it on a document before you even start. I'm going to show you how I did mine. It's very easy. And I just love the fact that if you add links to your Google Doc, maybe you wanted to link words too. Now you're actually doing this to, oh, maybe you want to show somebody, oh, is this article okay? Now you're writing it in a Google Doc. You can actually add links directly. Now, if you're copying from your Google Doc to with the links, if you're copying from your Google Doc to the diff writing space, you're going to see, editing space, I mean, you're going to see that the link is also copied as well. So the best practice is for you to draft everything you want to write on a Google Doc. Now that's where you make your corrections, and because you are new to diff, you may write something and you want to delete something and you mistakenly delete the whole thing. It will be a whole new work for you to start doing from the start. It's better you do your correction. You know that, oh, my work is perfect on this draft, on this document. I can now move it to Wikimedia Diff. So before you submit your article, in as much as you've reviewed and reviewed, also review it again. And that there's a button for submit for review. You ensure that, oh, you did not make mistake in your title, make it clear. Or maybe you now think, oh, I'm supposed to change this title to something else. That is actually where you're supposed to do it. Change the article, or I mean, change the title if you want to. If is now you want it to be more clearer, you change the article, the title, and also ensure that your sections are well structured. You added the images properly and also added attributions to the images. And also ensure that your content is easy to reach. I shouldn't just be reading it and it's just vague. Like I need to read it with, I'm reading this thing to get impact stories and achievements and how this has actually helped your own life as well. So also know that people are going to read this article and it's for the global audience. So my final tip is that when you tell your story, it shouldn't be like you're making a report. I'm making this report because I attended this mentorship program or because it is a must for those that graduated. Make it like a story. That is why Diff is actually the official storytelling platform. You're supposed to tell a story, not a report. So show us your journey, highlight your impact, and make it relatable and meaningful. Someone may be reading your article and say, so I even attended this kind of training or this and I did not write it. Now it should be relatable to somebody reading it and also meaningful. Okay, thank you very much. So before we start the demo, I would like to have your questions now, if we have any. Do you have any questions so far? Of course, you need to have questions. We need to hurry because my laptop, I don't know if it's gonna take me. Do you have any question? Is there any hand up? Or can I move ahead to the demo? Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah,
Okay, so
audible.
I should move ahead let me move ahead to show you how it's done. So I actually had two diff block to write yesterday. So I was about writing the second one when I remembered that I am having a training on this. So I had to hold on. So I'll be using this to write my diff as well. So while we go through it together. So yes, I was part of a fellowship that just got concluded. Yes. So we are supposed to write two div blog. So this is my second div blog. And yeah, you can read it that it's actually a story. I'm not just giving reports. So this is my title, from underrepresented to documented. Yes, the project was about the African Wikipedian Alliance Empower Her Fellowship. And this is actually the outcome of the fellowship. So it was actually a project that was launched following the International Women's Day. So you can see the flow, the introduction, and how it's going. So yes, as I mentioned that I like writing my drafts in the document. You can see this is my draft, and I have already finalized. I have concluded that this is actually how it's going to be. I have linked my work. You can see that I've linked everything here. So if I copy it like this I just love that I don't need to go and start linking it again. Everything I'm copying is going to copy with the link. It's going to be copied with the link directly. So how do we start? I will go to diff. So this is Wikimedia Diff. You just need to type diff.wikimedia.org. Then when you come here, you click on new. Can you see this new icon? You click on new and click on posts. This is the main page. So immediately you type on from your own end, you're going to see this page. It's showing for everybody. So when you come here, you click on new and click on posts. So if I click this, it's going to open to the editing tab where I'm going to add where I'll be adding my write-up. So the first thing they say is I'm supposed to add the title. This is my title. And I'll come here and add my title. So you already saw where they said add your title. So let me go back. This is where they said add title. Now I just copied my title and I'm adding it here. So now I mentioned blocks that we normally use to write. Now the simple thing is how do you get the block? So they tell this there's a description here. They say type slants. Is it left-handed slants or something? You type this slants to choose a block. So there's an icon here, the slant icon. So if I type it, mainly I type it, you can see the block. Yeah. So now if I don't want that of the image, this is the one I'm going to use now. Hold on. Okay, this is it. Now I mentioned all the blocks I was talking about. So this is for paragraph. This is for when you want to drag. Now there's actually where maybe you feel you're supposed to drag your image on top or down. It gives you the ability to drag, like you drag up and drag down. This one is also the same thing. It helps you move down a particular block or you move up a particular block. Now this one is for alignment, how you want to align your text. How do you want it to be aligned? Is it right-handed, centered, or left-handed side? I don't know. Now this is actually where you link a word to Wikipedia directly. Now if you want to bold something, this is actually the icon. If you want a word italicized or sentence italicized, this is where you use. If you want to link a particular word or statement, this is actually where you use as well. And this is, if you click for more, you can see more. You can add footnotes, highlights. I've not actually used these ones before. So if you want to strike out a word, this is actually what you use. More options, copy the style. You want to use the same style, you copy it and paste it in the same, maybe down. So now I want to start with my first I want to start with the first paragraph. So this is the paragraph. Clicked on it. I'll click paragraph. Then I'll remember to remove this first thing. And I will come here. Oh God, my laptop is down. So this is my first paragraph, or first two paragraphs that I want to add. So I'll just come here and add it. And this is actually a block on its own now. This particular statement is a block on its own. If I want to add something else, and I still need to type that to bring out the paragraph icon. So I'll go back, and you can see that all the words I linked are still there. You can see all of them. Okay, they are there. And I mentioned the list form. So this is the list form. Let's see if it's going to pick it up from here, the way I wrote it. So yeah, it did. So this also represents how the lists is being done. You can see. Now, I just copied and paste, right? But it already makes this particular, now it has already sectioned my list to be like a list. So this is the list icon. Can you see it? So if I want to move this list up, for example, oh God, if I want to make this list up, I can move it like this. I'll take it up, take it up. So this is actually why this icon is here. So you can see that I made use of that move up icon, and I took this up. So I'm going to return it. Okay, so this is where it was. And yeah, this is also a paragraph on its own. This is also a paragraph on its own. So this is just what you do. I think since my laptop is gonna run down, I don't know. I think I'm supposed to probably, oh, I didn't copy it to the end. I think I'm supposed to probably show you how to add authorship and every other thing, since this is already something you understand. So I think let me do that. So I'm supposed to add the organizers as my co-authors or the images itself. Oh God. I didn't know this will not take me 5%. Really sorry about this. Let me see if I can quickly add an image. So to add an image, depending on where you want to add your image, if it's here, I can actually move this down and have a space up. Now I can put my slants. Okay, hold on. Or I can come here, since I already wrote that one, then I'll move it up. If I put the slants, now I want to add a image. So now you can actually upload an image directly from your laptop, or you can use the media library. There's what we call media library. Now this is actually where everybody writing on Diff has been uploaded their pictures to. So you can see, now I don't need to come here, and if I can see an image that relates to what I want to write, I don't need to upload it again. So these are the ones I uploaded yesterday because I wrote the other Diff yesterday. So let me just use this for example. Now when you click on an image, this side is actually where you add the attributions. Oh,
Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes,
Hello,
I
can
can
anyone hear me?
hear you.
All right, so blessing, right? The the interpretation has been fixed. So inform Catherine so that she can speak French and direct the French speakers to move to the French room. That is if we still have them on the call.
Okay, yeah, I've informed her.
Okay. What of
Yes, thank you.
Andikan?
Just now I noticed that everything went. I don't know what's happened to. Seems network have signed Adika off. Please, before she will come back, if you are French, if you are French speaker, just move to the French room and she will continue from there. It's a network that kick her off. Yeah, thank you.
I believe she actually said that battery was going to die, that she had just 5% left on her laptop. So I don't know if that's a possible. That's why she went off. But you can confirm.
All right. So sorry about that. Let me see if I can assist while she comes back. Please, Blessing, let me know when she's back, okay? Hello, did anybody hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can hear you.
we can hear you.
Please, if Andy can get back, you inform me. Okay, she's back. Great. Thank God.
I'm back, but I'm actually back with my phone. I don't know how possible that would be to share my screen, and it will be convenient for everyone. Can we try? I didn't know my
Yes,
laptop
please.
has done that.
You can still share with your phone. Then you have to zoom it. Then put it in the landscape. They call it or something like that.
Let me try that. Okay, so make me a co-host, please. Please, have you done that?
Hello, Andy can.
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Andika.
Okay. So let me share my screen again. Okay, while I'm trying to share my screen, I forgot to share that it's the same account.
Yeah, I can hear you. What is
Okay.
the issue now?
No, no problem. I said while I'm trying to share my screen, I'm saying something. So I forgot to share that it is the same account you have on Wikipedia that you'll be using. But you just need the same way you want to join a dashboard and they tell you to click on something. So I think that is the same way. They will probably tell you to.
You can hear you clearly.
So they will probably tell you to
Clearly.
click on either media. Is it Media Wiki? I don't know if I can do that. I think it's very simple. It's because I've logged in, that's why I can see this. Let me see something. So now, when you're trying to actually use your phone to to start a diff, you may not see that diff that has an icon whereby you can click and also have the posts. So yeah, thank God I'm actually using the phone now. So on my screen here, okay, let me share my screen. I didn't know that I'm not sharing it. I think you've not done that. Can you make me a co-host? Hello, Blessing. Can you make me a co-host? Or is it Dorcas? Can you make me a co-host?
Yeah, I'm trying to do that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not even.
Is that Amarachi?
Yes, I'm actually. Hold on, let me make
Okay.
a post.
All right.
I've done that. You can go ahead and share your screen. Did you hear me?
Yes, I can. Okay. Okay, so this is actually the homepage of the Wikimedia Diff. So if you're using your phone to write this, the interface is actually different in terms of where you're supposed to click to start your post. So when I'm using my phone, if you click on div the same way I clicked on it the other time, it won't do anything. I think it will just load this page again. So what you do is, if you're using phone, please click on submit. When you click on submit, you're going to see create a new draft. Oh God. Okay, so this is create a new draft. So I'm going to try and go back to the previous one I was in. Okay, yeah. Now you can see where I was talking about where you're supposed to log in. So you just click on login with MediaWiki. So it's going to get your accounts from other Wikimedia accounts and add it. So you click on allow, and that is all. Okay, so I already started, so I need to try and go back to my previous drafts. I hope I'll be able to locate that. So if you want to go back to your drafts, let me find it first before. Okay, building. Oh, good. Oh, I did not save it. I didn't save it. I don't think this thing automatically saves. So I didn't save this post, the one I was working on initially. It's supposed to show, now this is my content notification. Let me take you back to how I got there. There is this dashboard. There's this dashboard icon here. I don't know if you can see it. And when you click on it, it's going to take you to this dashboard. Now it's giving you the general dashboard whereby you see other people's activity. Yes, people that just submitted how many minutes ago. Also the drafts, pending, the one that are pending review and the one that are already scheduled. So I think it's just draft. We have over 1,659. And you can see comment as well. So this is the one that concerns you. My content notification. So this is it here. So there are, I think, some, okay, some are the ones I've already posted. You can see this post was last updated on 23rd of February 2026 at 1:14 p.m. That's for the reflection from the 2026 Wikimedia User Group Nigeria Community Leaders Retreat. So this was the one I posted yesterday, building visibility on Wikimedia. So this is not the one I'm talking about. It means since I did not save it. Now let me show you the save icon. It doesn't save automatically. I forgot to click on that save icon posts. That is why I can't. So I will need to start all over again. So okay, I'll be starting all over again. So to create a new draft, I will click on new here. New posts. Then I'll start. So I'm going to add the title again. I will go back to my Google Doc. So this is my title. I will just copy and paste it. So when you place your cursor on add title, you just paste what you copied, and this is it. So I've added my title. So now I want to add a paragraph. I can actually add it directly, or I still go ahead and click the slant icon and it will bring out the paragraph icon I will be using, which is this. But you can still go ahead and add your paragraph. So I'll go back and copy the first paragraph. So you can copy the first two if you want, or the first paragraph itself. So I've copied the first two paragraphs and I will add it directly. Oh, wow, I don't know the difference here. I don't know why on my laptop I can copy with the link, but yeah, I can't copy with the link. Let me try out something else. So also we have the back icon, undo and redo icon up here. In case you want to undo something, this is the icons you're going to use. These two icons here. Oh, this will be a whole lot of work. So, well, let me show you how to add links. Now, let me add the Our Empower Her Fellowship. I want to actually add a link to that statement. So what I do is I will highlight the space, the statement I want to link. So after highlighting the statement I want to link, okay. There's actually a so now this pop-up here is actually it's actually giving me a headache. So let me just highlight one and see what I can do. This three icon is where I can click on. Let me try and highlight just a word down. Because of this pop-up, I can't click on this directly. It's going to be difficult. Okay, I think I've seen what I was looking for. So yes, when you highlight a particular statement, for example, I want to highlight the our and WAW and Power Half Fellowship. I clicked on why is it just going up? I clicked on the plus sign. There was a plus sign here. Let me remove it so you can see. There's a plus sign immediately after this redo and undo icons. Let me just try clicking one word. So I'll click on the plus sign. Now there are different icons here I can use to do a lot of things. If I can't see what I want immediately, I can actually type in what I want. So this is the link icon. I'll click this and it has already brought out the space. Okay, it has brought out the link icon for me. It's no longer use my phone to do this. So I'm highlighting the word joining. Let me just try that. I'll use the link icon. I'll click on link here. Oh, it's giving me read more. It's not supposed to give me read more link. Oh. Wow. Please, I need to delete this. So let me undo what I've done so far. So this is the link icon coming up here. Now I can add the link to whatever I want to add. So for example, okay, this is Chrome. I wanted to link the page I told you about. This is Empower Her. Now if I want to link this page, I will just come here, copy the link and go back to the diff drafts. Let me try and highlight it one more time. Okay. So I clicked on that linked icon and I'll paste the link I copied. It did not enter. This thing is giving me. Let me see if I can rotate my screen, please. Okay, let's see if this one is better. I need to undo that. So I will highlight again. I'm not seeing the icons again. What's going on? Okay. Okay, I've successfully highlighted it, and this is a link icon. I'll click on it, and there's a space for me to add it. So when I paste it, I'm supposed to press. What's going on? I don't understand why this is acting this way. Let me try one word.
Sometimes it can be network or handicap.
It's really frustrating. Not entering. It's not entering now. See where it's adding the link to after highlighting this thing. Oh god, this is really frustrating. I didn't know my laptop was gonna off soon. Happening this way. Oh, I don't really know what to do there. Because this is actually how I've been linking words. Just you highlight a word and use the link icon. So while the linking is also is giving us headache, please let me move ahead. Maybe I can add pictures and all of that. So moving ahead, let's try and let me add I'm going to try and add a picture now. So now if you want to type this box and this slants to choose a block and it doesn't work, I think this plus icon is actually where you can do that. So probably you wanted to add an image. So maybe a gallery. Let's start with an image first before a gallery. So I will click on image here. So I mentioned we can actually upload from our devices, our library, or there's a media library online, whereby if I'm working on the same thing that the same way someone else is working on something, I can actually use their image, and the person that added the image to the media library has already added the attributions. So it will actually save us the work of going back to Wikicommons to get attributions of a particular image. So for example, yeah, I was the one that added this particular image yesterday. Let me see if I can see it again. These two images, 1 and 2. So I'm going to use this one. If I click on select, now let me flip my screen. So this is where the image is. Now you can actually reduce the size of your image if you don't want it this big. How do you do that? There are dots around this image. That you can push it this way. If you just click on one of the dots, push it in anyhow you want to touch it, is going to reduce the image to how you want it. Now this is the caption. If you feel you don't want the caption to be there, I think the only place you want to, or you'll be able to remove that, is when you click on this and you want to, when you click on this and you want to, but it's always good to add images or captions for images. So if you don't want your this and this big, you click on the dots and it's going to take it to the normal size. So now, if I want to upload a picture directly from my phone, how do I do that? I need to ensure that I have already uploaded it to Wikicommons. Well, I don't actually know why they don't get images directly from there. I mean from Diff. I don't know if anybody have actually experienced that. If I want to add my image, I upload it, I get it from my phone, but they will still ask me to go and add attributions, meaning I will also be the person to go back to Wikicommons to add to add those images to Wikicommons. So I will get the attributions from there. So let me try again and add another image. So I'll click on the plus icon, or I use the slant. So I'll click on the plus icon and I'll click on image again. So I want to upload from my phone now. It's load fast. Let me use one of these images here since it's taking time. It's really taking time. So let me use this. You click on any image you want. If you need to, let me see if I can click to. Okay, no, it's only one. So I'll click on an image I want and I'm going to click on done. Now it has been added to, it's loading, yeah. So now it has been added to Wikimedia, to the div block. Now it is not complete because this particular image now is not yet uploaded. So for example, if for example I've already uploaded it, how do I do? If I add it directly from my phone, I'm going to click on replace. You can see this replace here. Now remember that this particular one is highlighted. There is a dot here around it, 2 dots on the width and also on the length. So I'll click on replace and it's going to take me to where when I click on replace, I will click on open media library. So now this is actually that place that you saw during when I was adding it on when I was about adding a image using the laptop. Now this is actually where you add the attributions. Let me zoom in. Now you're adding the title that you probably added on Wikimedia Commons. So let's assume I've uploaded this picture to Wikimedia Commons and the title is Wikimedia Awareness. Wikimedia Awareness. Maybe this is just the title. And I can actually, if this was also the caption for this particular image, I will also add the caption here and probably the description if you want. If you don't want to add description, that's fine. Then the file URL, okay. Now you can see that this field are required. Required fields are marked with asterisks. So you can see that these two fields here are required. The author. So if I'm the one that uploaded it, I'm going to add my name, but noting that I already uploaded this picture. So let's assume, as you're assuming that this picture is already uploaded. Now this is my username. This is my username. And let me also assume that the license I used while I was uploading it. I'm sure you guys know about licensing. The license I used while uploading was CC by Share Alike. SA stands for Share Alike. CC means Creative Commons. So Creative Commons by Share Alike 4.0. If this was the license I used while uploading to Wikimedia Commons. And now the photo credit means the URL. The photo credit URL. Where am I going to get it? I just need to go to Wiki Commons. So you just go to Wiki Commons here. So I'm going to use any picture I see, the link, assuming this was the same link that was used to upload this particular picture. So let me check out one now. Let me just assume I will see a Wikimedia awareness picture, which I uploaded and which is actually the same image I am using. I have not uploaded it yet, so it's going to be like I did not do it. So I think I have an image here from me. So let me use this one. It's still my picture. Probably I'm going to download it and use it as the image instead, please, so that I will not confuse anybody here. So I think we're going to work with this one. Let me download the image and use that directly instead of the other one. So it's still loading. So now the URL is, when I click on this photo, this icon is going to take me to the photo itself. So I'm going to click here and open. Okay, I'll copy the link of this file. I will also copy the title of this file. Remember not to copy this Word file. So I'm going to copy everything that is important. So is my name. And what again? I'm copying. My name is actually the author. And what is the CC 4.0 as well. So I'll copy this as well. So I think I'm going to use this image so I will not confuse anyone. So before I use this image, I need to download it. So I'm downloading the image now. So let me go back to Wikimedia Diff and remove the other one. I don't want to create any confusion. So this is it. So I already click on replace, right? So I need to, let me just click on select. I'll come back here very soon to complete the work. So I'm going to remove this image. So I'm going to click on replace again. Now when I click on replace, I'm going to click on upload. I want to replace it with this image that is already on Wikimedia. So yes, this is the image I want to use and I've already copied the attributions. So I'll click on replace again to take me, when I click on replace now, where I'm supposed to add the attributions, I'm going to click on open media files. So when I click on that, it's already tick here. You can see it's tick. So I will add the title. Now the title automatically enters, see? And what? Let me see, let me confirm. So the title automatically is here. And I need to add the author, which is me. And the license is CC by 0, not share alike. And now the photo URL, I copied it already, which is this one here. Now this one is not really important. The license URL is not really important. So these are the major fields I'm supposed to add. Now the caption, Wikimedia awareness in view. I'll remove the JPG because this is caption. And yes, I'm done with the attributions. Now, the major things to note for the attributions is the title, the caption, the author, the license, and the link to Wikimedia Commons. Because if you don't add these things, when you submit your diff, a reviewer will reach out to you and tell you to go and add the attributions. So this is just majorly about attributions. So when I'm done, I'm going to click on select down here. There's a button down here, select. Let me zoom in. Okay, I've clicked on select and it has entered. Now I'm done with this image. So now you can see that if somebody else wanted to write a div and the person wants to make use of any of this photo, if the person wants to add this image now, the person does not need to upload it again. So let's try adding one of this. Maybe this one I just added now. So click on image, click on media. I'll not click on upload again. I'll click on media and that image is there. So I can use it. I don't need to add these attributions again because it has already been added by somebody else. And I'll click on select and the image will appear. So I have this. So I'm going to undo this. Yeah. So let's try adding so just can click this and delete. It doesn't want to go out. So you just click on undo twice and it's going to go out. So now let's try adding a gallery. So I'll randomly pick, now you know how to upload from your phone and you know how to pick from media. So I'll randomly pick any images I'm seeing on that media upload that already have the license already. So it will make our work faster. So to add a gallery, I'll click on this plus icon. And I'm going to click this time gallery. Now I'm uploading from media library. So I'm going to randomly click about how many pictures. 1, 2. So I'm clicking a lot of art, a lot of images because it's a gallery. So I've clicked about how many. So I'll click on create a new gallery. See it here. Create a new gallery. If I click on it, it's going to add all the images I've clicked. Now insert gallery. So now you can see my gallery. Okay, now you can now set this. Imagine if somebody come and see all these pictures. Now there's no space for me to even write, like I'm seeing images everywhere, which is not nice. Now this is where the what is it called? This is where the column is it the tiled? Now this one is actually pictured in the tiled gallery format, not the normal gallery. So if I want to change the way all these things looks, good evening. If I want to change how this thing look, I'm going to click on this image icon here. Let's see. Hold on. What is this one? I'll click on this one. Is how I need to do it. Okay, slideshow. I'll click on slideshow. Oh, sorry. It means I need to click on it again. I'll click on slideshow. That's actually what I want. I want it to be flipped. So I'm not supposed to click on that gallery itself. So let me try it again. I'm marking it again. I'm just randomly marking a lot of pictures. Imagine it's actually what I want to. I've already uploaded it and it's on the media file, open media library. So I'll click on gallery. I'll click on insect. So let's see. It didn't work. Why? Let's try again. Okay, maybe the images are too much. Okay, the images are too much. Maybe I over added. So how can I reduce it? Okay, let me just click about 5 or 6. Add to gallery. Insert gallery. So now I have 6 images. Now I mentioned it's actually something you can flip. So see, I'm flipping my screen now. Can you see this? These are the images I selected and I'm flipping my screen. So now this is actually in a, instead of lining up, putting up all those images the way it appeared that first time. No, it's not. It will just make the work look awkward. Instead of that, put it in a slideshow. So you click on this. So now how to add that slideshow? Let me just go back. I'm not going to do this again, but let me show you. When you click on this plus sign, you click on slideshow. So there's slideshow here. Let me try and see if I can zoom it. It's not zooming now. Okay. Okay. So you can see slideshow here. Click on slideshow and then it's telling me to do it again. So you just click on the media, click on all the images you want. Please don't add it. You can see I over added the other one. So they said they just needed about 4 gigs. So it was more than 4. See, is it 4 gigabytes? Yes. So that's how I had to click on 6. Maybe you want it to be around something that they can easily, that is acceptable on diff. Make it, just try out. If you need 10, try 10. Maybe I added more than 10, that's why. So let me zoom in. It's not zooming in again. So I'm going to undo this. Undo. So this one is for the images. Now, which other one? Now, if you want to add an image that is the tiled, or is it stacked, column stacked? You want to add an image and also add a write-up that explains something about that image. So there's another way you can do that. And that is by, when you click on that plus icon again, you're going to see, let me browse all. Click on browse all. It's called media and text. So there is media and text here. So when you click on the plus icon, you click on browse all, it's going to bring out all these icons. So you select the one you want. So I'm going for media and text. So if I click on media and text, I will be uploading from the media library. When I upload from the media library, so this one, it doesn't pick 2. It does not. So it must be 1. So if this is it, I'll click on select. Okay, it has been added. Now there's a space for me to put in my content. Now I want to write a short, not like, now I want to explain, not like it's a caption, it's not a caption. Now you're talking about this image. Okay, let me not say you're talking about this image. Maybe you just want the text to appear directly close to the image. Now this is actually the size for this kind of text plus image stuff. And I want to talk about, this is actually where I want to talk about the four of us here. Now I want to write, I will just write anything. So it can be up to maybe one paragraph that is made up of let's say six statements or so, less, four statements. I think I'm gonna show you an example. I've used it in one of my blog posts. Please give me 1 minute to look for that so you can understand better. This I can get to my user page. So I want to get one of the diff I use for that. Okay, this is it. So these are all the diff blocks I've written so far. So now this is the diff that I wrote, and I use that particular thing. I use a particular format of adding image. Now you can see this river state here. It is linked to Wikipedia. So immediately I click on it, it's taking me. It will definitely show me, if I just click on it like this, it's going to show me the short overview, and there's a place for read full article on Wikipedia. Now, if you just see this dot dot dot, it shows that it has been linked to Wikipedia. So this is it. This is it. This is it. Now, I just want to show you the image. See this image now. It was actually, I don't know why it's showing like this. Let me slant and see how it's gonna show from this side. Okay, yes, but I don't know why it's if it's showing properly. Now this is these two images. These two images are actually, yes, a text in image. Now this first one talks about this particular user here, and now the second one too talks about this user down here. You can see. Now it is a text and image. This and this is actually for this particular image, and this other short statement too is for this particular picture here. So this is an example of the text and image. Just put, and you didn't really want to talk in depthly about, just short about a particular image, and that is it. I just hope you can see my screen very well like this. Which is my laptop, you would have enjoyed it. So let's go back to our drafts. Okay. Now let me show you how to add heading. Okay. So how to add heading? Let me just remove this. Okay. Let me just add it directly. I'm going to write my posts by myself very well. So how to add heading? Using this plus icon still, or using the slant. You can see heading here. Let me zoom in. I hope it will not disappear. Oh, it has. So if I put the slants, if I put out the slant, if I add the slant, it's going to show me heading. I hope you can see this heading icon. So or if you cannot see it this way, we can actually use this plus icon here. Where is the plus icon? Come out. So if I click on this plus icon, oh God. I hope you can see it better now. This is the heading. Click on heading. Now, this is actually where you're supposed to add. Click on it and type your heading. Type whatever you want to type. Now, my heading, probably it's conclusion. Conclusion. And I want to add my paragraph. Now, remember the heading is actually is a block on its own. Block. BLOCK. And I'm going to add the paragraph for the main conclusion itself. I'll click on paragraph here. Now I'll go back to, I'll just copy the conclusion of my diff here. Copy and add it here. Paste. What is this now? Please hold on. I need to undo this because I don't know what I mistakenly clicked on. Okay, so this is it. So this is my conclusion. So let me try adding this link one more time if it's going to work. So I'll click on Empower Her Fellowship. Let me just see if this link is going to work this time. How to add a link. Let me see if it's already in my clipboard. It's not here. It's no longer here. Probably I'm going to use this Wikicommons link since it's still a link on its own, just to show. Empower her. Empower her. Slants. Let's see if it's gonna work this way. Okay. Empower her fellowship. Click the icon. Add. This is a link. Let us see. This is a link. It's actually a link, so I can use it. Let's see if it's going to work. It did not work. I don't know why this thing is not working. Because that is actually the link icon. But I'm sure if you're doing it on your own, it's going to work for you. I'm trying it again now. This is the link. And I'll paste any link here. Just to be sure. Oh, finally. Finally, it entered. So yes, you can see it is blue. So let me just try linking another word, any word at all. Powerful. I click on the link icon. So probably it was network as Blessing stated earlier. I'll add the link and also click on this icon here. It works. So yes, it's very simple. Probably it was network at first. So yeah, it's very easy. You just highlight a word, click on the link icon and add your link. Make sure it is the link that is related to this particular statement. I'll click on this. Try it again. Click on this. Add link. Oh, sorry. Add a link. That's not a link, so I need to remove it. This is the link here. Apply. And yeah, you can see that it's actually simple. So it was network, definitely. So I think with this I've covered a lot. How to add single image, gallery, tiled image if you want, and how to add attributions, how to add a heading, how to link statements and all of that. So I would like to have your questions now. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you. Okay, okay. One more thing before I conclude, please. How to submit, how to add, and the mistake I did initially was not saving the draft. Sometimes it can save automatically and sometimes it does not save. So now, very importantly, what do? There's a save draft icon here. Please click on it. If I click on it now, you can see that it's saving. It wasn't saving when I was working on it. Now, really you click on this, if you check below, you're going to see draft save. And it will now tell you to preview. Now, how to preview your work? You just want to preview how this thing will look like because this is the editing space. Click on that draft again, save draft. It's going to draft, save it. Look below, you're going to see view preview. So if I click on view preview now, that has gone out. Anyhow you keep clicking save, it's going to bring out this click preview. Okay, I don't know why it's not bringing it out, but I'm supposed to preview from here. Let me try it again. So just take my left below left, you're going to see this view draft, view preview. Now I can preview my work before I even submit it. Now you don't need to add your name. It will automatically add your name from here. Your date, the date you wrote the diff, and also your name is here. Now this is it. This is all what I've done. Now I can still slide and check out my images if I want to. And this is my conclusion. Yes, this is it. So now this is my, if I want to, this is the preview. If I want to go back and start editing, I just need to click on edit post up here. Let me zoom out. This is edit post. I'll click on edit post and I can now go on to submit for review. So let's check out the how to add co-author and all other things. So now if you want to submit for review, you click on submit for review button here. I hope you can all see that. So it's going to bring up a pop-up at first that you're not supposed to do that. Just hold on. Now, what do you need to do? You must check this out. The minute I check it, that's done. I will now click on submit for review again. So if I submit this for review, I think if they send me an email, tell them that this is a demo. It's already submitting for review. I'm going to click on submit. I have already received an email immediately that my diff is already submitted for review. So I'm going to tell them that's actually a demo because that's not my work. There's something else I want to show you. If I click on submit for review again, I need something else to come up. That co-authorship is actually here. You can add it. Okay. Okay. So there's an icon here beside the submit for review button. Now this is actually where you click and a lot of things are done here. Your featured image. Now I may not even want this my first image to be my featured image. It may be this one. This is where I'm going to select it. They say set a featured image. I'll click on it and it will take me to the media library. And this is where I'm just going to come and probably pick this to be my featured image. I'll click on set featured image. Remember, it already has the attributions to it. Set featured image. Now
This is the first image they will see. Mainly, this is the first image they will see, and also see the link to the title and the link to this article. I'm going to move it to trash. Beautiful. So the status is pending because it has not been reviewed yet. So now when it comes to author, you want to add somebody else as an author. Now you see authors here. Let me zoom in more. You can see authors. See my name. I'm the one that wrote. And I want to add another author. This is this space. Select an author. Click on it. And I'll start searching. For example, let me add the username from here. Aminwa. I hope I'm correct. So Aminwa is actually our campaign's lead. I'll click on it and it has been selected as a co-author if both of us worked on this article together. So you can also add another one. Lessons username is what? Any username at all. Let me see. Let me Emmanuel. Okay, let me try this one. Our co-founder. Now you can add a lot of authors whosoever worked on it, just so you type their name correctly. It will pop up. You click on it and it will be added. So that's for co-authorship. And now we have categories. The same way we have categories for Wikipedia. Now, do you categorize this article to be an article under equity and inclusion, education and open access, technology, partnership and events, policy and advocacy, movement strategy? Which one? So it can actually apply to a few or one. So you can go ahead and click on anyone that applies to the article. So anyone that said, I want to read an article just for about education and open access, this is actually, your article will be included in that category. Now we have what we call tags. To add a tag is just the same way we add tags now on social media. Very simple. Your tag can be technology. Let's see. Now anything you just type, maybe tech news, or even if you want to tag Wikimedia Foundation. Wikimedia Foundation is going to pop up. We click. Now, the most important tag you're supposed to add is Africa Wiki Women. So I don't know if they actually have a tag. They've created a tag for the Africa Wiki Women on Wikiskill mentorship program. So that will be communicated by Blessing if they've done that. So you type Africa. This one is compulsory. Africa Wiki Women, to ensure there is no space after you might have typed. So there's a lot of Africa Wiki Women here. I don't know. So you click on anyone. Now let me see on Wikiskill if it exists. On Wikiskill, because I know the fellowship, okay, it exists. So on Wikiskill mentorship program, you click on it. So these are the two most important tags you're supposed to add: Africa Wiki Women and on Wikiskill mentorship program. So these are the tags, very important tags. And that is all for this. When you're done with this, you click on submit for review again. So it's very simple. Click on submit for review. It will save the work. Now you cannot see that saved draft anymore because I have already submitted it for review. So anything I'm updating, I just need to click on submit for review to update it. So I think I'm done. I'm done. Yeah. Thank you once again for giving me your ears. So this is time for Christian. Over to you, Blessing.
Okay, thank you very much, Andy Khan. This is a very impactful training, and I hope all the mentees understood all what Anika have taught us today. So please, both the mentors and the mentees and the members of the Africa Wiki Women Fellowship Program, if if you have a question, please answer now. Because after this, write a diff blog, okay, to share screen and guide them through. Whenever you are like whenever you know how maybe you cook somewhere, please try and just come to the Wiki skill page, that is WhatsApp group now, and ask your question. Okay, someone is there to answer you. So please, any question? Do you have any question for our trainer? Okay, in the accept of no question, let's call it a day. Thank you very much for joining. Is there anybody with a question?
Yes, I
Someone
do. I
has
would.
raised the hand.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, good evening. Thank you. Okay. Please, I just want to find out, is there a limit to the size of the blog that you can write? Is there a limit to the size? Like a limited number of paragraphs or something like that? Is there a limit?
Okay. No, there is no limit, but you're just writing something that should capture someone's attention. It should be brief, short. So you yourself, if you're reading something, for me, I don't really like reading something that is bulky. Just give me the whole details briefly. I'll read it and pass. So depending, if it's for categories of people like me, I don't like long articles. So, but there is no limit. You can write as long as you want, but please keep it precise and brief, concise. Just put in the details, major details. So there is no limit to character.
Okay, thank you. Please, sorry, as regards this particular blog we have to write on our experience with OnWiki, the pictures that we can use, can we get pictures relating to OnWiki? Because personally, I don't have any picture, as in from
Yes,
all our.
Hold on. I
yes.
think there are going to be a flyer for each of you, right? Blessing. An individual poster for each of them. And also maybe as a group. Is there something like that?
Yes, the blog is supposed to be after your graduation. So on your graduation day, you are going to be sharing your flyer. Each member is going to have a flyer, a certificate, and we are also going to record the section. So you can also add recording, right? The YouTube recording. We are also going to have a flyer for your graduation, general graduation flyer. So you can also add it. So you have something like 3 or 4 pictures plus the
Okay,
video,
all right.
which is one, even your testimony. So that's why I've been asking you people on the group to make sure you fill the forms, because if you don't fill the form, you will not have. Immediately after the graduation, I'm going to send it to your email. I'm going to send you all what you need, the resource that you will need. So thank you. So I also advise that if you see, as you can see, the trainer, she actually have a kind of draft on our Google sheet, right? On our Google Drive before transfer, copying and pasting to the diff. So if you have a kind of draft like that, you can send it to the group and tag our trainer. She's also on the group. Tag her. That is this good to go? What am I? Add the pictures and all that. Then you can now start writing. After she said, okay, yes, it's fine. Then you can now. That is just an advice. You can now add it to your diff account. Yeah. So I don't know if you have anything to add, Andy can.
You were breaking. Sorry, I couldn't hear the last statement. What did you say?
I said, do you have any other thing you want to add, Andy can?
What I want to add is that I would love to read about your experiences. Please share it. Don't hide it from us.
Yes,
Want to
yes,
want to have a feeling of what you experience. Please add those challenges too. We
yes,
can also
actually.
learn for the future cohorts that will be coming. Please add your experiences, add your challenges, what you felt that was better, what you felt that was wrong. Add all of them. We want to read it. Yes. And from there,
Yes.
you don't know the project you'll be organizing. And I forgot to share. Let me share with you. I'm going to share my screen again. I just want to share the number of blogs I have written so far. So let me briefly do that. So you know that, yes, anything I write, I take notes of them. I get it from. Now it's easy. I don't need to come and start cracking my head. I add them directly to my user page. This is my user page. Am I sharing my screen?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. So I add it to I have a section for my div block. All of this, I've not actually added about 2. Yes, I've not added 2. Now, from just one, I'm going to show you all. So from this, I'll just click on my name and you're going to see all the div block I have written. So I think I've written up to 14 or 12. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I click on older posts, you see another one. 10,
Please,
11, 12,
show,
13,
please
14.
show them for the fellowship program you did so that they can
Okay.
see what to
Yes. So for the fellowship program,
add.
this was a general diff block for all of us. So those, you can see the co-authorship I mentioned. For those that added their details directly, we were all co-authors. I was also the co-author. But you can see that this person was the main editor. That's why her name was first. And now you can see this is our flyer. You can choose to add icons if you want. Now this is the individual flyer we were talking about. This is it here. It's going to be created for each and every one of you. So this is it. And I think, Blessing, are you going to write a blog on them generally? Maybe you can also, yes, I will advise you share your
Yeah,
drafts
now.
in the group. What?
Yes, I'm writing general blog for them. But
So
each are
now,
advised to write their own blog.
of course, each your advice.
Uh-huh.
So you'll be using
Yes,
this type of flyer that is going to be shared to you for your
yes, yes,
own. Now, after
yes.
my fellowship, I also wrote a diff blog. Before I go to that one, this was the Wikidata blog I was talking about. I've been attending Wikidata sessions, but this one was actually special. This was you can see my heading. By then, so I did not I did not have a good screenshot of the image. Maybe if I thought I used my laptop, then I think it would have been better. So yes, this is it. I showed an example, and you can see my heading. Now, I mentioned, okay, this is the title, yes, blah, blah, blah. This is the introduction. Now, it was a census documentation on Wikidata. Now, I mentioned the observations I had. I had 2 observations. Now, I noticed that, let me just briefly share. I noticed that we were actually working on 2 census data. You know that census is actually done after how many years? So we worked on 2 data sets. So I noticed that the life expectancy expectancy of women in the first census in 1991 was, is it shorter? Maybe you can come and read this. Because from the thing was so much on me that I was like, no, I need to write about this. So I think the life expectancy of women was shorter from that census. Then in the coming census, I also noticed that more local governments were created, more states were created in Nigeria. And also there was a shift in the number of males we had. Now, it was like there was a great increase in males than female. So it was not like, oh, the females, is it that females really died during this period? You can see the data, the observation you can get from something. Now it showed that the death rate of females in 2026 was higher than the death rate of males. So you may be working on Wikidata, they tell you add something so you get price. But if you're fixed on that particular project you're working on, you're going to get something. So this was the observation I had from that project. And I also made my reflection and impact. So I stated that contributing to this project gave me a deeper appreciation of how census data can reveal demographic and administrative changes over time. It also showed me that the power of collaborative knowledge platform like Wikidata actually made this successful, because on my own, I will not go and start looking at census data from year 1 to this. So you understand, I won't do that. But it was because of this project like this that made me know that, oh, things like this happened in 1991 and things like this happened in 2026 in Nigeria. So this is for the overview. So this is not just about your own wiki skill. When you attend trainings and that training is impactful in a way for you, please write about it. So this is just one. Let me show you my own fellowship blog when I finished. When I graduated, I wrote one. This is it. I think this is my own. So my journey with the Africa Wiki Women mentorship program, short title, and the title is already giving you, oh, the journey, what journey, you know about it. Now this is my own flyer. I added it. You come down, this is our general flyer and all of that. So for this one, I didn't really add a heading, so don't be like me here. You know, each day as you're progressing, you're learning more. So there are a lot of things to write about. Now this one, hackathon, my first experience, I wrote about it because that was my first. I've been hearing hackathon. I didn't know what it means, what it meant as a 2020. Okay, this was supposed to be a blog in 2025, but I realized I did not finish it up. It was actually in 2025, but I posted it in January this year. So these are things I wrote about my experience. Even showed, I showed a screenshot of what I did. So yes, don't just learn this for your own wiki skill, please. You keep practicing so that you will not forget. Okay? So I think I've written about 12 and I have more in my draft to write. Thank you very much. Once again. Okay, I think I've seen a question here. It says, Ingrid, she's asking what can motivate someone to choose a team for a diff. So now, I know that for this unwiki skill, we already have a topic. Coin your topic around the unwiki skill. My journey, my experience. Just coin your topic around it. Now, outside the unwiki skill, depending on what you were involved in, what were you involved in? Is it a training? Is it an event? Coin your topic around that. Okay, are you just writing about the event, or you want to write about probably your own let's say your own experience or your own what you've observed? You can your reflection, is it reflections? You can coin your topic around that. So I think this can be trainings, can be your motivation. What can motivate you? Oh, this training was too impactful, I need to write about it. So I think these are things that can motivate you to write about a diff. It's just the way maybe you attended something, you go on Facebook and write about it, you post pictures. It's simple like that. What motivates you to go and post it on Facebook should be the same way that motivates you to go and share. You're sharing, oh, we want the whole world to see what you've experienced in a particular training or event or campaign or a project. So you want the whole world to also get to see about it. So